Hey, good morning. So I want to talk about in this video about that I'm finding that there are so many of us going through the same thing um, on this twin flame journey. So this is really about the journey. And I'm finding that we are all in this, we're all connected to the same energies or to the same downloads or to the same consciousness. And there is a mission in this. And as we're finding each other, we're also getting help from one another, because we are realizing that we're not alone in this. And the further we ascend on this journey, the more our vibrations match and the more that we are finding each other. Um, it's really about transcending the ego. We really have to come up to the soul level, rise above the ego. I did videos before about what a spiritual awakening is and about understanding who we are and transcending the ego, rising above the ego, to the soul level, because the soul sits above the ego. And on this twin flame journey, we're being brought back to soul, because in order because we have this vibration with our twin flame, this exact vibration, we are magnetized to them. But in any places that we are offset from our true nature, from our soul level, from our natural way of being, then we are conflicting with them. We are hitting a mirror. We're hitting this mirror that is painful because it's showing us all of the places that we are off. And in this person that we meet is the person that we have most draw to, the person that we want their acceptance more than anybody else in the whole world. And in essence, it is because we're the same soul signature. It's wanting acceptance from ourselves or wanting to be whole in ourselves. So this person is as a mirror to us and mirrors back to us all of the places that we are out of whack. And in that, we see ourselves through their eyes or through their perception and through their conception. And it's painful. It's also painful to have to go through yourself and see all of these places that you're off, that you're offset from your true soul self. And a lot of us twins are going through the exact same ascension. We're going through the same things. We're a lot of as humans, we're often the same places. We belong to the same society. We were taught the same things. We were taught the same arachim are like values. And a lot of these values are completely off. We're taught this consensus. We're thrown into school as children and we are taught away from our human nature. We're taught away from our being our animal instinctive selves and from being in the now. We're taught how to be inside of our mind. And a lot of us twins are going through the exact same thing, and we're vibrating at the same level. We're vibrating in the same we're going through the same course. We are learning the same lessons. We are rising together, and as we're finding each other, it's like finding our tribe. It's like finding our soul tribe. It's like finding others that can completely understand us when all of the world around us is starting to, at first we think we're going crazy. At first we think that we're the crazy ones. But then as we ascend and as we rise, we start realizing that, wait a minute, we're not the crazy ones. The world is crazy and we're the ones that are rising back into our natural state of being as humanoids, as divine creatures, as divine creators. And then we start realizing that the whole world is off. It's not that we're off. We are the ones that are waking up and being able to see how off the world is. And then it starts shifting for you. You start realizing that you were born into chaos and that we are the leaders back to the new world. The new world is an awakened state. It's a dimension that is living simultaneously alongside this dimension, the dimension of the 3D, the dimension of the plastic, You call it, how would you call it, like the plastic world, or the plastic generation, the greedy mind, the man dominating other man, the time of war, and it's a complete dimension. It's a mindset. And the thing is that it's become normalcy. If you take the human situation as it is now, the human mindset, or the human there's a word that I'm looking for. Um, how humanity has become. I'm not gonna sit in that. The way that humanity has come. If you were to zoom out and look in from the top, if you were an alien and you came in and looked in from the top, it would be completely ludicrous. Man running around killing other man, throwing bombs on people, doing this. It would be completely ludicrous, and it would look silly from the outside. But because we are in it, and because we were born into it, and we were conditioned to be this way, it looks like normalcy. Somebody ripping somebody else off already seems like normalcy. you know if you can get away with it, then it's right. And I'm again, this is not something that is absolute. But it is, I do have to put things into words in order to be able to understand them. So it's already bringing an idea, and I know that it's not absolute, and I know that it's not everybody. But as a society, as a whole, in general, the mindset is, if you can get away with it, then you're right. If you and everybody's looking for loopholes, and the compass, humanity compass, is off, and we are in the analytical time where everything is the emotions have been, like, the volume of the emotions or importance of emotions have been turned down, and it's creating like a rip, because when your emotions get so far suppressed, then and for so long, then at some point they have to get expression, and then you come into this and then you're shot into this completely different dimension, and then you start realizing how everything is off. And as twin flames, I feel like we are the leaders into the new world, because we have a vantage point. We have the advantage of having this twin that is forcing our spiritual awakening. And I'm not saying that we're the only ones, but I'm saying that we are on this. We do have this joint mission, and that's why we are finding each other. We are finding each other, and it's not by chance. You can look at it in the physical world. You can say, okay, we're finding each other because we're all going through the same thing, and we're doing Google searches and searching for the same thing, and then we're finding each other, and the algorithms of YouTube are putting videos that are, or putting things into our space that are relevant to our searches. And okay, so you can make sense of it in the 3D world, but that's how everything works. If we weren't vibrating the same vibration, we didn't have the same thoughts, then we wouldn't be finding each other, and it wouldn't all be coming together in such perfect synchronicity. And I see it in people that are writing to me all the time, the synchronicities, the thoughts that I'm having, and that I'm putting out there, just in being my authentic self, and just bringing whatever is coming through outward, is meeting other people exactly where they are, and thoughts that they have been having in the last few days. It's like we're all connected to this collective consciousness, and we are connected to the same stream of consciousness. And it's just like, I did a video about creating from the quantum field. We're all connected to this quantum field, and we're magnetizing to us, and we're also emitting a vibration. And when we allow ourselves to be in our purest form, then we are magnetizing to us people that are of that same essence and of that same form, and therefore we are finding each other. And when you allow yourself to be who you truly are, then your vibration is clear and clean. When we're putting on faces, it's like we're faking it. So when you're faking it, you don't really know, you don't have direction, because what face do you put on? Do you, oh, today I'm going to put on this face. Oh, I need, you don't really have an absolute way of being, as where when you allow yourself to come back into your full-hearted, full self, into your true self, then there are no questions. You are just absolute. You are absolute, the being that you are, and your creativity comes out, your essence of who you are comes out, your true vibration comes out. There is no question. You aren't jumping back and forth because you are in a knowing of who you are. What you're putting out is your authentic core being. There's no faces, so it is, you're sending out an absolute message. You're sending out. Anila Yutzet. Asking me if I'm moving. I told him no, because I'm sitting here in the car. So it's when you are in your true being, you don't have to put on any faces, and then it just becomes easy. If you cry when you want to cry, you laugh when you want to laugh, you don't make excuses for yourself. You just look for the reasoning behind the whatever situation that you are in, and you are completely honest, and there is no hiding. You know, I'm not saying that there isn't privacy. There are a lot of things in my life that I still want my own privacy, and like some experiences that I go through, or some of my relationships with my children, I feel are a little more private. I talk about them sometimes, but because they are also in the picture, it feels like I have to respect their wishes in it as well. I can't be exposing things that they wouldn't want to be exposed. They don't. I think that they're, in the beginning when I first started making these videos, they were like, no, what are you doing? And now I feel like they're a little more accepting of it and proud of it. And oh, you're making another video. They kind of put on a face like they're not really happy about it, but I can tell that it's really bringing them also out of their own shells, seeing me put myself out there in a way. I think that they still don't really sit down and watch my videos, because it might make them like gag me with a spoon kind of thing. But I know that my son's girlfriend, kind of like my daughter-in-law, that I know that she watches some of my videos, or at least she was in the past watching some of my videos and following me, because she would come up and start asking me about different things. And so that was so in that way my son finds a connection. But I think that I think that especially my oldest, well, not especially, but my oldest son, I feel like he doesn't completely get this, and it's difficult for them to accept that their mother is on this twin flame fiasco. It seems like craziness to them. I think that it seems like craziness to most of the people around me in my life, but I see it as it's kind of like the further you rise on the spiritual awakening, the less you need to prove it to people. It becomes such a deep knowing of that I'm coming into righteousness. I'm coming into rightness. I'm righting myself. I see the path. I see what it is. I see the becoming. I see the mirrors, and in that and I'm becoming more secure in myself, and in that I don't feel the need to prove to anybody. I also feel kind of like a sorrow in leaving others behind, but I realize that in this spiritual awakening and in this coming into the new world, that not everybody is going to make it, and not even everybody that is on this twin flame journey are going to make it. I see people that are on the twin flame journey, and they're stuck in the lower loops of ego, stuck in loops of why me, my twin did this, so I'm going to do this. The spiteful thing and the blame game and the becoming a victim, playing the victim is the same thing as blame. When you're being a victim, you're blaming somebody else for who you are. You're not taking responsibility. And so I see twins, even twins that are writing in or disliking things, or you know, any of those, not being open to the fact that they are creating their own reality and getting stuck in these. I get stuck, get in this loop, and then I'm trying to figure out the loop, because I understand that any place that I'm in pain is a place that I'm being stuck. Any place that I'm in pain is a place of attachment. And so I realize this as a pattern, as an ultimate pattern, as a universal pattern. So when I'm able to see this as a pattern, anytime I have pain, of course I'm going down into pain, because the pain, it like pulls you down into this like little loop. But the strength of mind, you need the strength of emotion and the strength of mind to pull yourself back out and to look at it from a different perspective, and to rise out of it and look into it and say, okay, I'm feeling this pain, but it's only pain. I can sit in it. I can still function. Sometimes I find it hard to function. Sometimes I just lay down on the couch and hold my head and just allow the pain to take over. And I feel like everything is exact. If that's where I feel like I need to be, then there is purpose in it. And that is the reason I just try not to get stuck in there. And you can't get stuck. Like, I feel like for me, I can't get stuck. I don't want to get stuck in sorrow. I don't want to get stuck in the pain. The more you allow the pain to take over, the more your life is in pain. So the spiritual awakening is difficult, and it's hard, and it's painful, and it's sticky. It's like you don't want, it's like you're drawn to this person, but every time you touch them, every time you touch something, it opens a new Pandora box. Every time you see this person, it opens up all of these, I mean, also to the spiritual awakening, also to the heights, but also to the lows. And so it becomes like you become like, you're drawn to them, but at the same time you're like revolted, and it's like extremities. It's the time of coming into the Garden of Eden, and we are the leaders. And I feel like even in making these videos, I am kind of I'm showing the process. I'm showing and talking through the entire process, and the different stages and the different levels and the different mind loops and the different things that we're going through, the pain that we're going through, and admitting in places that, my weaknesses, admitting my weaknesses openly, and embracing them. There is no shame in it. There is no shame in being weak. We were conditioned into, we have to be strong and we can't show our weaknesses. But actually showing our weaknesses is the strength, is willing to go through them and admit the places that we were weak in them, or the places that we're still stuck, because we can't overcome them without admitting them. We can't overcome them, and we can't teach others, for sure. We can't lead others into bliss if we are in ourselves hiding our weaknesses. And that is the divine guidance. That is becoming a wounded healer. Talking about your alcoholism, talking about my alcoholism and what I had to go through, and the book that I wrote about it, is allowing others to feel normalcy in it, allowing others to see that they're not alone. And also in doing these videos and bringing out all the weaknesses and bringing out all the places that I am still finding myself and still rising, and all of the things that I'm going through on the way are showing people. First of all, I think that if you just wait till the very, very end of it, to where you are, already in that high place, then I have a phone call, it's my daughter, I'm going to answer her. But if you're just showing the end product, first of all, you're not in a place to show already the whole process, because the process is part of it. And as I'm going along and as I'm making these videos, every single aspect of this process is being written in stone. It's being shown. It's being, all of the thoughts that I'm going through. If I'm just coming in at the end, each and every individual thought and each and every individual pain as it comes up, I won't remember it. I can tell the process in full, just like I kind of went over in the previous video, my depression that I went through. So I can tell it from above, but it's not the same as going through it and experiencing it and showing it as I experience it, and the thoughts that I'm having and the weaknesses and the back and the forth and the flipping and I feel like even today I'm in such a strong place in comparison to where I was a year ago, in comparison to where I was when I first started making these videos and I was flipping back and forth. I don't even know if I put up all of those videos, because in the beginning I think I was kind of putting up parts of them. So I don't even really know, but I know that there's 500 and some videos just in the Twin Flame folder, so I know that I've been doing quite a few videos. So my daughter was calling, so I think that this is a good sum up of quite a bit of stuff. So I really appreciate you watching, and I'm again, so I just want to sum it up so that the subject of this video is clear. We are all finding each other. We're all going through similar things. We are helping each other and knowing that we are normal and that what we are going through is valid. We're validating each other for each other. And we are the leaders into the new world. And what is the new world? It's a dimension that is alongside this world that is at the soul level. It's above ego. So when you get above ego, you become the experiencer and you become a part of everything. You become in the knowing that you are connected to everything and that you are divine and of divine essence, and that everything around you is divine. And in that knowing, you can come out of your ego and you can experience this life as heaven on earth, and you can experience all the wonders that there are, and you come out of the mindset of constant pressure and constant this, and you come into a place of complete flow, which is a complete bliss, which is heaven on earth, which is exactly what Jesus was talking about in the gospel. So that's, and I'm coming from a mindset like this is all new to me as well, but I'm coming into the knowing, and the Messiah is already here. The Messiah is already here. And we are each also responsible for our own self-work. We are the Messiah for ourselves, but there is an external Messiah that is a reflection of us back to us, that allows us to rise into this new way of being. So I really appreciate you watching, and thank you.